Hey everyone, it's Kevin from Halo Power Solutions.
Hi everyone, Ted Wong here with WSI World.
And today we are talking about the biggest mistakes I made when I got into business.
So Kevin, what are some of the big mistakes that typical business owners make that you've learned from your experience?
Oh my God, where do I begin? Okay, so Halo Power, I started 7 years ago. And when I got into business, Ted, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And a little backstory here, you know, how it got rolling. I was actually a general foreman for a big electrical company, and a good friend of mine approached me and said, hey, I've got this opportunity for you to start Halo Power. Well, start a company. We didn't even have the name figured out yet. Start a company, and you got to make a decision right now because I got a year's worth of work. So that was it. That was the trigger to leave my well-paying job as a general foreman and go off and start a business, you know? And so that was it. And it was fantastic because that first year, I had one big customer and it fed me all this work. And I had no complaints. We had work every week. Over and over and over again, I was able to hire after, well, no, actually, I shouldn't say. In the first year, I didn't even have an employee. It was just all me. Things were wonderful. But you know what, Ted? They weren't wonderful because I was making a really, really big mistake. And I think for you guys getting a business going out there, if you have an opportunity similar to mine, where you're getting into business because you have one opportunity with one customer, this is where it's going to go off the rails for you. Nobody knew who I was outside of my one customer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but, you know, building that brand for your business so that you can have other people know and know your services. So it's got continue marketing so that you have this consistent leads coming in to help build your business, right? And that's the part where a lot of small businesses are missing out. It's like one job done, okay, now look for the next job, instead of they should have a bunch of jobs in the queue.
So you know what? I had no website. I had a sticker on the side of my truck so my neighbors knew that this Halo Power was something or other. Nobody knew who I was, and such a huge mistake because after a year, the work dried up with my big client. They're still a great client of mine. We still do a lot of work for them. But when that work ended, nobody knew who Halo Power was. I didn't have a presence online. I didn't, you know, there was still the yellow pages kicking around there, but I didn't have an ad going. Nobody knew who I was. I had put all my eggs in one basket with this one client to get the business going. Very dangerous, very slippery slope. Right. And that was it. If I could highlight the number one mistake I made when I first got into business was just being so blinded by the actual work. But when I really think about it, I didn't really have a business. I was self-employed. I had a corporation started. I was billing out. I was getting paid. But that one customer had full control over Halo Power Solutions. You know, they pumped the brakes, they pulled the reins, because when the work dried up with them, I didn't have any work either. And where does a business owner go from there?
Yeah, no, you're telling a story. No, there are hundreds of thousands of small businesses doing exactly the same as what happened with you, Kevin. They're making these mistakes. So tell us, Kevin, if you could do it again, what would you do differently?
You know, Ted, the very first thing I would do would be make sure that I have a presence on Google. Mm-hmm. I would have, you know, an address on Google and start a Google business profile. That would be the number one thing. Because one thing I've learned, that if Google doesn't know about you, chances are not too many other people do, other than that, you know, maybe that word of mouth side of things.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Google is, as we know, is king. It is the number one search platform in the world. So definitely having that presence online is important at that initial step, just having that Google profile. What else have you learned from your years of experience in running your electrical company?
Well, you can't do it alone. That is the other thing. You absolutely cannot do it alone. And surrounding yourself with like-minded business owners is huge. Get your network going, whether it's through a networking group, chamber of commerce, that sort of thing. All really great ways to get involved, and surround yourself with these other like-minded people that can relate to the struggles that you're going to have. Because let me tell you, you are going to have struggles in your business. I don't care what book you read out there that tells you how to run your company, or what YouTube video you watched about how you can have the $1 million lifestyle. It's not going to happen right away. And there is definitely things that need to be put in place, and a real system to how you're going to run your business. Otherwise, you're going to run around like a chicken with your head cut off, and you become very reactive to everything you do in business. And that's a mistake. Ted, have you read The E-Myth?
I have not. It's one of those books I would really love to get to, but I've heard a lot of good things, and I know a lot of other authors make reference to The E-Myth. It's a classic in terms of the business book world.
It really is. And what I love most about the book The E-Myth, because I've read it countless times, is building your business following the model that McDonald's uses. McDonald's, the world's most successful small business, having systems to run your business. There's a reason why McDonald's can run a McDonald's store with a bunch of high school kids, because they've got these systems in place. So really important. And had I have had some systems in place with how to market the company when I first opened it up, I wouldn't have been in this boat that I was after year one, where other than my one big wonderful customer, that was it. That's all I had. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts on that from a marketing expert standpoint. Where does a small business that's just getting going, where should they start from a marketing standpoint? Because chances are they don't have much of a budget.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. Yeah. So Kevin, your story, you're articulating a common struggle for small businesses. It's usually an owner operator working in a business, typically by themselves, and you spoke about earlier, having that connections, having that group of people that you can work with, trust, growing out your network, where now you can maybe get them to assist you to. So in terms of marketing, so that you're not just doing the marketing by yourself and you spending all this time, because you're the man also doing the work, trying to get your business built up. So hiring out a marketing agency to help promote your company, to get the brand awareness, to get you leads and have you convert those leads into sales for your business, will then facilitate you to grow your business, where you can start hiring people, where you can start maybe even hiring a second technician to help build your business, to help you on the job, then a third technician, and so on and so forth. Maybe then you bring in like an office manager and then start coordinating those calls. And so that's part of what working with marketing agencies and sales groups is to help you scale your business to the point where now you're no longer working in the business, you're working on the business. You can start building in and fine-tuning your processes, whether it's your sales processes or your operational processes, to make your business more efficient. That's kind of how McDonald's started. They just started as one restaurant, and now they've built out to thousands of restaurants worldwide. So that's kind of how, from a marketing perspective, how we can help you grow your business. But then taking it further, Kevin and I were part of a larger group, so we are there to help businesses. We more than happy to share our experience or knowledge to help you grow your business. We're part of a network of individuals with the same mindset to help you grow your business, and you want to be a part of a group like that. You don't want to be around people who are beating you down, saying all these negative things about business, or saying, not being our true support for you. Being a part of a group of like-minded business individuals who are there to support you is where you want to be. Don't you agree, Kevin?
Oh, 100%. And the one thing that I've learned in these years is that I can have this conversation with a realtor, a dentist, a plumber, a home renovator, CEOs of big corporations. The struggles are the same. The challenges are the same. thinking that your business is very unique because of the type of work you do, when it comes right down to it, the fundamentals of how that business operates, the challenges you're going to have, it really doesn't change. And it goes right back to, I'll talk about more of the mistakes that I've made in business here in future videos. I wanted to touch on the very first one today, but it can be so frustrating when you make these mistakes and you don't have support around you. And that's what really is so important about having a network of people around you, like-minded business owners that can help you grow, help you support, and say, you know what, I made that mistake. But if you just keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're beating your head against the wall thinking it's going to change. I've been there, I've done that. Today will be different. It's not different until you make a change. Make a change in the way you operate. Make the change in your mindset.